Okay, so this is the E46 oil change. What you need first is to warm up your engine. Then you need to put it on some ramps or something. You need a 36mm socket, a 17mm socket, and a torque wrench. The oil that I'm using is BMW LL01 certified. It says so on the back. This is available at Walmart. It's super cheap. The oil filter is a man oil filter. I just get it off of Amazon or Auto House AZ whenever I'm ordering other things so I can get free shipping. You need to know where your oil filter housing cap is, which is this right here. This is where the oil filter goes in. 36mm socket. This is your oil fill cap, and this is your dipstick. It's always important to go off of the levels on the dipstick and not necessarily what you find for your levels in the service manual or in here. Those are just general guidelines. I always go off the dipstick. First thing I do is undo the oil cap. And then I undo the oil filter housing. Next I take the 17mm and go underneath and undo the drain plug, and I'll show you where that is. So this is the setup on coupes and convertibles. You have a plate that screws in here. Normally undo this screw, but my plate is missing. So I'm just going to go ahead and undo this bolt right here. Okay, I should be wearing gloves right now. So the oil's going to be hot, so you're going to want to get your hand out. Like that. Okay, so now that the oil is draining, we take off the oil filter housing cap. And I should be wearing gloves right now, but I'm not. So this oil filter comes out. So I put the filter on the oil drain container. Your kit with the filter will come with new rings and also a new seal for your drain bolt. So you take your old seal off, set it aside, put your new seal on. I use a pick tool to get this off, but you can use a fork or anything that you have available, but the pick tool just makes it very quick. So there's no work involved there. It just comes off, and that's it. Okay. Put the filter in. Screw it back in. Torque the oil filter housing cap to 18 foot-pounds. That's it right there. Now we go underneath and torque the oil drain bolt, and has a new little copper seal on it. Torque this to 18 foot-pounds as well. Okay, now when it comes time to fill up your car, it's best to refer to the service manual. So for rear wheel drive, which is what this 330 Ci is, we're going to use 6.9 US quarts. I'm going to start with 6.5 and then check the level. For all wheel drive, it says to use 8 quarts. Those are the XI models. And then for M3 models, it says to use 5.8 quarts. So with oil selection, it's kind of debated on the internet. I'm going to post up a link to BMW approved oils. Okay, so each of these Mobil 1 jugs is 5 quarts, so we're going to go ahead and pour the whole jug in. Now instead of dumping this in and guessing what we're going to measure, I'm going to first measure on the back of the other jug and then pour that whole amount in so I don't have to do any guessing and checking. So this has quarts listed right here. I'm going to go up to about this mark, 1.5, and then we're going to dump that in. Okay, so I put in under 1.9 because I'm going to stay a little bit under the BMW total fill of 6.9 because I want to make sure I don't overfill the oil. So I just go ahead and dump all this in. That's it for this. Now we're going to go inside the cab. So we're going to start the engine now and make sure that the oil pressure warning light goes out immediately. If it doesn't, shut down the engine. We're going to let it run for a few minutes to let the oil circulate, and we're going to check around for leaks. If you're in doubt of anything that I said, it's always good to refer to the service manual. That's why I have it out here. People on the internet can always be wrong, so it's good to always check that. Okay, so I checked that my oil light went out right away. That's the red oil can light at the top. Right now I'm looking for oil leaks. I'm going to go under the car and check. Everything is nice and dry, so we're going to go into the car and show you how to reset the oil service light. Okay, we're going to go ahead and reset the oil service light now. We're going to go ahead and press the odometer button in until this pops up. Then we go ahead and we put the key in and we turn it one click. It says test. Turns into reset. Wait for that to blink. Okay, it's blinking now. Lift your finger off, push down and hold again. It says oil service 15525. And now your oil service is reset. Okay, watch now when I turn the key on. It says oil service 15,525 miles. For checking the oil level, we first warm up the engine. The Bentley service manual says to wait at least 3 minutes. The owner manual says to wait 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes now. So we can pull this out and then wipe it off and then reinsert it. Okay. So this is what 6.5 quarts looks like. I'm not at the full, but I'm not at the low. And that's why I go off the dipstick as opposed to going off the book. Now, I like to check the dipstick every time I get gas because, like the owner's manual says, different driving habits can burn different amounts of oil. And this engine seems to burn a couple quarts between the 7,000 miles that I changed the oil at.